Hello everybody, welcome. Today we're going to take a look at a game called Hearts of Iron Part 4. Now this game is grand strategy, also includes some elements of management and building. Now this game was developed by Paradox, so it is highly recommended to play this game. They are masters of making grand strategies. But for now we're going to focus on this game. Now first thing, it's got multiplayer, which is awesome if you have friends to where you can play with this game. Now, as for the game itself, we're gonna start new game. As you can see, there are two scenarios. So we're gonna start in the early one. Then you will be presented with the opportunity to choose from some major countries. Also, they're here, rest of the countries in the world. Now I'm gonna load the game I have been playing for a while, and I'm gonna show you the basic mechanics of the game. See you in a sec. So, in this game we will play with the Germans. Now this game can be, for majority of players who haven't played this kind of game, very hard to start, and I'm gonna point out a few negatives before everything else, because this game is so close to being perfect. But for start, I'm gonna say there is no money in this game. It is mechanics that have been kicked out and it has been replaced by this political power, which is, I don't know why they have done it. First thing I don't like. Second thing is, this game has no tutorial and it is almost impossible for beginners to grasp it easily. So I have made one beginner's guide or tutorial. You can watch it, it will ease your transaction at the start. But besides these two or three things, game is on the edge of being perfect. Now let's start with some basic things. So for the start, you will have some resources like political power, your country stability, how much population of supports your war, your manpower reserves, factories. As you can see, you have military, naval, civilian factories. Fuel, logistic, and convoys are certain like resources here. Also, these three will be generated by your generals, staff, and so on, and will rise over time. Now, this game is fairly simple, even if it looks quite complex. If you will just have to pay attention to a few things. So, for start, we have our country. So basically here you can put anything for the government, military, improve wars, which will, as you can see, give you some bonuses. But important thing is this. But all of this is not so important, but this. Here every country will have some focus. It can you can do one of these every 70 days, and you will get things like you see here Ausschluss. So we get we have researched it, and we have annexed Austria without a war. Here you can also, for some countries, make if you're, let's say, Democratic Party, you can change to Fascist Party, or let's say in the case of the Soviet Union, you can through focus tree make them to stop being communist. You implement civil war in society, and you make like Orthodox country, Russia, from it. Now, as for that, we have also here, this is like your, let's say, quests or things you can do. So as you can see, you can play it with political power. Again, I don't know why the heck they keep money. So here we can say, let's say, we're helping Turkey at the moment, and we are paying with 5% of our goods factories. We also have intelligence agency. So just let me. So as you can see here, there are spies in different countries. They can do variety of things, like steal blueprints for the army, make collaboration armies. They can do a lot of things. Spies are a big mechanic of this game. Also here you can directly use cryptology to get some perks versus some countries. Everything is upgradable in this game, and everything is paid in this game with civilian factories, almost everything. Next button we have is research. It is fairly easy. As you can see here, you have some bonuses from the here. You can choose whether this manufacturer or this manufacturer, or in this case, who will make everything, and every factory adds different bonuses, which reflect directly to your research. Now in research there are a few categories like infantry, I'll just scroll through them. As you can see, tanks, and there is a lot of stuff you can research in this game. And you can see you can also have atomic bombs. So besides the research, we also have diplomacy, which is very simple. You just pick a country you wanna, and there are the options. If something cannot be done, there is a reason for it, and you can influence on different in different ways on different countries. And diplomacy is a little bit hard to understand at the start, but it is so good. The underlying mechanics is very good, not like the majority of the games which don't introduce good diplomatic mechanics. Trade is for the main resources you can have on the map. As you can see here, we have some resources. For others we can trade. So we're again, if we want to import 8 of these units of this, we have to pay it with 1 civilian factory. So I'm importing 32 and I'm paying it with 4 civilian factories. So 1 factory is for 8 of resources of any of this kind. This is construction. So here we can construct anything from infrastructure, as you can see. Then we can improve airfields, place anti-air guns, naval factories which produce naval units, military factories which produce military equipment and units, and civilian factories which produce everything else. Here is your basically order. You can move it to higher priority, lower priority. Here you can see how many of your consumer good factories are used by population, and for the rest of this thing. So next button is production. This is generally where you will produce your equipment, like from guns, artillery, whatever, to tanks, aircrafts. And cool thing is you can modify any of them. Just click here, so you can put different kind of engines, electronics. As you can see, depending on your research, there is a lot of things you can research. You can name everything, you can change picture for planes and so on. So game is pretty customizable and it is excellent for something. You can also do the same for the ships, for everything you can do customization. And let's say I have a, as you can see, cruiser heavy and cruiser light. So basically this is the same ship, only armed differently. This one is for, let's say, more oriented for hunting submarines, and this one is more oriented for hunting small ships. Next button is recruitment and deploy. So everything you have made in this category for the gear will be deployed here. So as you can see, we can add an army. Just click here. Okay, we're gonna train, let's say, this one. It is added, so I'm gonna make just 1 and add 2 more to be made parallel. So this means it has all the equipment it needs in the storage, and all we need to do is train it, or we can put it on the map untrained. Or sometimes you won't have enough equipment. Let's see here, as you can, just a second. Okay, all of these guys have equipment, but sometimes there won't be equipment, and you will have to wait some time before this scale falls. And one more thing here, there won't be so many divisions. You can edit any division and make a new one. So you can replace this and add more infantry, paratroopers, anti-tanks, or whatever you want. We're gonna remove it. Here are the statistics. So I will have, again, few guides on the subjects of combat, production, and diplomacy also. But for now, just chill, enjoy. Remember, the more you have here, the better. Also here. So, and try not to keep, if you are running small, your infantry divisions like to be expensive. As you can see, this is Panzer division. It's not full. I can expand it more. So when I add here 1-1, this slot will open, and also this. And over time, the more you add, the more slots will open. You can add like the large divisions. But as you can see, this tank division is pretty much smaller than the infantry division. We have logistics, basically overview of the stuff you have and how much are you producing. And we have officers. Here basically you can add few bonuses for your infantry, as you can see, but this is at the start not so important button. These are pop-ups which are warning us about something related to these columns. And we have a few more things, like overviews. Here, as you can see, we have an overview of our infantry army, we have overview of our navy, planes and spies. Also you have other overviews here, but it doesn't matter at the start. As I said, I'll make a few guides. As for this, it is not important. As you can see, you can open every general, open every division. There are a lot of things which are written all over all over the place, but you have to understand, just start the game. All of this doesn't matter. Play it once, get the basic guide, look to it, and just play. After some time you will catch up on fineness of this game. Now, as for the graphics, this game it has okay graphics for this type of game. You can see everything fairly easily. Everything is animated okay, so they haven't changed much in terms of graphics. It is quite okay. As for the music, this music contains so many good music. So you can click here. Sorry, let me just remove this. You can click here, you can change songs instantly, you can open it, play any one you want, so it is amazing. I like this addition very much. Music is maybe one of the best things in this game. As for the gameplay itself, gameplay in this game is almost also perfect. It is only ruined by a few things they haven't managed to keep over the time. Like I said, this is something I really don't like. Also, there is no tutorial. That is a big minus, because it's just part of the people who would play this are just deterred by the lack of the tutorial and basic help, because this game can be overwhelming at the start. As for how this game is addictive, if you get into it, it is unreal. This is one of those games which will occupy you for years to come, and you will install it multiple times over the next 10 years. So keep that in mind. So guys, this is basically it. I would highly suggest you this game. Highly suggest you this game. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If so, like, share and subscribe. See you all. Have fun.